The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades.
It's 2:00 in the morning. I know, it's early. It always is. The wine from yesterday's VE celebrations is literally pounding my head. But still, I can't help but smile. It was the coming together of a small local community that had been starved of connection for so long. It's then I look at my phone. 12:05. Missed call from my mom. Does she need me? Or is she playing with her phone, sleepless like me? I hesitate about calling her back. I don't want to disturb her if she's fallen back to sleep. But what if she needs me? I decide to send a message. The call comes right back. My heart is pounding. It's my brother. My dad is dead. Now, when someone close to us dies, it reminds us that life is finite, that we only have so much time to live the life of our dreams. We all know that almost anything is possible. So why do we wait? Why do we put it off? Wait till there's more time, till we've more money, till we've more skills, till the kids have left home. The fact is there is no better time. There is only now. There is only this moment. What are your dreams? Aren't they worth fighting for? Now that night as I lay awake in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking about everything my dad never got to do, it hit me. What dreams would still be locked inside of me if I died tomorrow? Now, I've always known that I was born for more. I was born into a working class family of 6. We didn't have much, but we had a lot of love, a lot of fun, and a lot of talent. At least that's what my mum's always said. As a child, I was bullied and looked down on by those that had more money and more status. But it didn't break me. It gave me a hunger to prove myself, to show just what was possible. And it worked. At 12, I took my first job on a fruit and vegetable stall. At 18, I'd convinced the owners of a hotel that I'd just been on holiday to into giving me a summer job that turned into 6 years and was the spark to my obsession with business and leadership. I went from that market stall to managing tens of millions of pounds. From free school meals to invites to Downing Street, St James's Palace, the Treasury, and speaking at the House of Lords. When I moved into healthcare, a top neurosurgeon scoffed at the idea that I could be of any help because I wasn't clinical. But what he didn't realise was this: clinical brilliance won't save a failing service. Leadership will, business will, and those leadership skills, they turned what was a business losing tens of thousands of pounds every single week into a 7-figure success. It saved jobs, it saved the service, and it rebuilt countless lives. I was promoted to regional director at the Priory. I developed new services there, turned around failing teams, and built results where others had just hit a wall. But then, after creating success for others over many, many years, I decided it was time to create my own. My dream was to create a non-clinical therapy centre within a 5-star destination spa in Ireland. The vision aligned, the team aligned, the opportunity aligned. I raised funding from none other than George Bush's personal banker. I walked out of the Bank of America, a working class girl, with a funding offer for 16 million euro. I remember sitting by a pool in Marbella, the sun's glistening off the water, a delicious cocktail in hand, and I'm feeling I'm really living my dream life. When the call came in that changed everything, the planning permission that had been guaranteed had been denied. I appealed and I appealed, but that was denied too. I didn't know how to cope. I didn't just lose a business that day. I lost me. I hid away. I changed my name. I piled on weight. I told myself I was supporting others, but really, I was just disappearing. The day a dentist told me that at 16 stone 10, I was too overweight for sedation. It was so humiliating. Confronting and life-changing. It was my wake-up call. I'd become two women. The successful woman the world applauded, and the broken one I could barely even dare to look at. But that's when I realised that you can build success on the outside while still be quietly eroding on the inside. Now, I see so many brilliant women who are living right on the edge of their next level, but never actually stepping into it. Now, it isn't talent or strategy that's holding them back. It's the inner misalignment. It's the ego, the fear, the voice of conditioning that whispers, who do you think you are? What if you fail? What do people say? This isn't a mindset problem. It's a model problem. Now, right now, you might have noticed, the UK is struggling. The economy is struggling. And there's many people who are waiting for the government to fix it. But I believe that women hold the key to moving the needle on the economy. Not government, not policies, but us. Think about it. Right now, more women than ever before are setting up in business, but only 17% reach six figures, 1% reach 7%. And yet when women lead large organizations, they outperform. They build stronger teams. They last longer. So the question isn't, can women lead? The question is, how do we get more women leading at that level? Because if women built businesses at the same rate as men and scaled them at the same level, we would add a whopping £250 billion to our economy. Problem solved. This isn't a small opportunity. This is a generational one. But the model we inherited was never built for us. It taught us that success requires sacrifice, that we need to hustle harder, toughen up, do more, prove our worth. But the truth is, you don't scale by doing more, you scale by becoming more. And this is where my feminine leadership code comes in. Because women don't lead the way we were taught. We don't lead through force, control, or overwhelm. We lead from intuition, alignment, relationship, vision, presence. Feminine leadership is magnetic. It's the quiet confidence of a woman who knows who she is, who leads with grace, presence, and undeniable power. It's leadership that oozes fabulosity, that celebrates beauty, creativity, and sensuality. Because the more alive and connected you are to your body and soul, the more powerfully you can lead. But feminine energy alone isn't enough. Flow needs form. Think of it like a river. The feminine is the water, ever-flowing, creative, alive. The masculine is the structure. It gives it strength. It gives direction. Without the riverbank, the water just loses all of its power, just goes everywhere. And without the riverbed is just dry. We need both. And when we bring them together, a woman becomes unstoppable. And that's why I created the Youfinity framework, a model that's been shaped by decades of leading and directing businesses at the highest level, born from my rise, my collapse, and my rebuilding. It's a new model for women who want structure and soul. It rests on 3 pillars. Leadership of self. Because the woman who got you here isn't going to get you to the next level. Growth requires becoming, not doing. Leadership of others. A business built where you're the only star cannot scale. But when you become the leader that attracts the A players, the people who are better at doing the things in their zone of genius than you are, your business becomes limitless. Leadership of the business. Structure isn't restrictive. It's freedom. It holds your vision so you don't burn out holding everything. And at the heart of it all, vision, mission, and purpose. Because without that, you can stay busy chasing much lesser goals. With it, the business works for you rather than you working for the business. And if you don't intentionally build your business to scale, you're unintentionally building one that can't. And businesses that aren't built for scale do not last. And when women who embrace this model, they create extraordinary results. Now, one of my clients came to me and she was right on the edge of 7 figures. She was exhausted, burnt out, unsure what to do next. So we realigned her vision. We elevated her identity and we rebuilt her foundations. Within 12 months, she didn't just hit 7 figures, she hit it consistently. She sold that business, moved to Vegas, and set up an even bigger business. That is the power of Youfinity. It's not theory, it's lived experience. And now, I want you to pause. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Close your eyes if it feels right. Take a long, slow breath in and breathe out. Feel your presence. Feel your power. Imagine the woman you're becoming. The one who walks into the room with calm confidence. Who delegates without guilt. Who builds without burning out. Who leads with grace and purpose. Breathe her into your body. Let her rise. Because leadership doesn't sit in spreadsheets or strategy. It begins here, right in your body, in the soul, in the decision to show up fully. How delicious does that feel? So today, this isn't just a speech, it's a crossroads. You already know your next level is calling. The only question is, will you answer it now? Or will you wait for it to call you again next year? Because this is the moment your old self walks out the door. And your next level self takes the stage. And the next time it's 2 a.m. and your soul is restless and you're staring at the ceiling wondering what dreams are still locked inside of you, remember this moment. Remember the woman you chose to become today. But even with all the vision, all the alignment, all the intention in the world, you're still going to be challenged. There will be days when it feels too much, days when you wonder if it's meant for you, days when that familiar voice creeps back in, the one that says, who do you think you are? What if you fail? What do people say? That voice will always try and pull you back into your old self, into the comfort zone. But please hear me when I say this. You don't have to listen. All you ever need to say is, thank you, but I don't need you today. And I want you to have a trigger. For every moment your ego tries to drag you back, a song, a frequency, a declaration. When you hear this next song, let it remind you of your power, your resilience, your fire, your fabulosity, and the woman who decided to go first. Because the truth is, the world doesn't need any more women waiting for permission. It needs more women who are willing to go first. Women brave enough to step into their future self right now. Not wait until it's perfect. Not wait until it's safe. Not wait until the stars have aligned. But now. Because when women rise, economies rise. Communities rise. When women rise, the world rises too. The moment you decide to stop waiting, everything shifts. The energy around you changes. Opportunities start to find you. Because the woman who goes first ignites the way for others. So ladies, stand up. Shake out your shoulders, loosen your hips, and let your body lead. And use this song to tell your ego, I don't need you. Don't that stupid line. Sing.
Go on out the door. Just turn around.